Hi, boys and girls, and welcome to math. Today, you will need your math textbook, your connecting cubes, whiteboard and marker, and crayons. So if you need, and a pencil, of course, but if you need your materials, pause now and go get them and come right back. Okay, so here we are with our lesson for today. It is 10 and some more. Okay, and we are working to find ways to answer the essential question for this chapter of how can I use place value. So let's do some math warm up here first. It is write two related subtraction sentences from the addition fact 4 plus 3 equals 7. So remember, subtraction always begins with what? Right, the largest number. So why don't you pause, write your two subtraction number sentences, and then come back and we'll discuss the answer. Okay, you ready? All right, so let's do one first. Here's 7 minus, that's right, you could do the 4. It doesn't really matter, right? And then what is the answer? Do you need counters to figure that out, or could you just write it? That's right. If you look at your sentence, it should always use each number once. So if you've already used the 7 and the 4, you know your answer will be 3. All right, let's do another one. 7 minus, do I do 4 again? No, I use 3. Minus 3. And what's the difference? 4. Very good. Okay, and remember, if you made a mistake, certainly can correct it. All right, let's move on to the next problem we're going to do. All right, so here we're going to count the coins. And what kinds of coins are these? Tell the adult next to you, or just say it out loud. What kind of a coin is this? A dime, very good. And why are we using dimes to count when we talk about tens? That's right, because the value is 10 cents. Notice they have the cent sign right there. Okay, so I will do the first one, and then you'll continue on your whiteboard and do numbers 2 and 3. So how much is one coin worth? 10 cents, that's right. And then comes what next? 20 cents in all. Notice it says in all because that's what that group is. Okay, so pause the video, do numbers 2 and 3, write it out, and then come back and check your answer. Okay, here they are. All right, let's look at the next and final one for this. It says, how many dimes show 70 cents? Now remember, we kind of talked about our hint last Thursday about a way we could figure it out and then double check our answer. So look and see if you even want to write it down. Pause the video. All right, here you go. Here's your answer. 7 dimes. Very good. Okay, let's look at this investigation here. They want us to count. Make groups of 10. How many shirts are there in all? Okay, so remember, whoops, wrong one. Remember, I always say I like to make a mark before I circle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to circle this group. Okay, now this is even with this group, correct? So I think it's pretty safe to say that there are 10 in this group. Now, if you feel better counting it again, you certainly can, but if you notice, the shirts line up one right after the other. So there is another group of 10 there. So this is too short. So I know here this is 2 groups of 10s. So 2 10s. Now I have to figure out how many more there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So 2 10s and 5 is what? You look, yeah, it does look like 25. All right, so here's something else I would do also. All right, just to double check. If I want to count these by 10s, I can do that. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, so for those of you who like to check your work a little more, which sometimes I'm like that too, I like to double check things, that is also a good way to do it. But you're right, when you have 2 10s and 5, it does look like 25. But again, it's not a bad idea to check your work. Okay, so let's look for our next one here. Okay. All right, so boys and girls, this is page 365 in your book. So if you want to pause and open it up to 365, and you'll see all those bubbles. And then make sure you also have your crayons ready when you come back. Okay, so they would like you to use one color at a time, and you'll see why in a moment. One color at a time to color groups of 10. All right, so just for fun, I'm going to do it with this. So I'm not going to color all of it. You're going to have to pause, but they would like you to color 10 at a time. Now, once again, I suggest doing it together and don't do colors that are the same next to each other because then it'll make it hard for you to count. So here's one. I'm not going to color it all in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, I am going to circle that group of 10, and then I would get another colored crayon, different, and then do the same thing. All right, and as you can see, the bubbles don't really follow too much of a line pattern here. See how that's in there? So take your time, and then when you come back, you'll have written down how many 10s and more and what the number is. Okay, so pause and finish and come back and check. All right, that was a lot of bubbles, wasn't it? Okay, so the answer is 5 10s and 2 more is 52. That was the answer for how many bubbles are there. Okay, I bet your page looks really pretty and colorful. Okay, all right, good job, boys and girls. Let's go now to see and show. Turn the page, and here you see they have connecting cubes all lined up. Okay, so it says you can count groups of 10 and some more. Helpful hint, there are 2 groups of 10, there are 9 more cubes, and here you go. So what they did is they happen to, now this is something you could do if you ever want to count. You can line them up and make sure there's 10, all right? And then you will know that that's your group of 10. So there's 2 groups of 10. Notice how they have that circled. And then 9, which is 29 more. And again, I'm sorry, 29. So 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Okay? Now, for the see and show and the on your own, for the next 2 pages, all right, they are going to show you circle groups of 10 and write how many more. Now, make sure before you just automatically assume that there are 10 here that you count, all right, because at some point they kind of shorten how many cubes are in a row. Okay, so pause and solve. Okay, ready for number 2? Here's your answer. All right. Now, what number is 7 tens and 0 more? That's right, it's 70. How do you know that? That's right, because 7, 10 times, right? If you do 7 groups of 10, you know that's 70. And if there's no more, it's 70. Good job. All right, so you're going to do the rest, and I will pause, and then you come back and check your answer. Okay, number 4. There you go. Number 5. Okay, so here you go. Number 6 with the purple. Okay, problem solving. Julia has 4 groups of 10 bracelets. She also has 3 more bracelets. How many bracelets does she have in all? Okay, now 4 groups of 10 is how many? And 3 more. Let's see. 43. Very good. Landon has 5 groups of 10 baseball cards. He also has 7 more baseball cards. How many baseball cards does he have in all? Pause and solve. Now, before I show you the answer, I'm actually going to have a little drawing. So maybe this will be helpful for those of you who might like it. 5 groups of 10. So just like they did with the row of connecting cubes, I'm going to make believe that this is a row of 10. So there's 5 groups of those. So 3, and I'm going to try to make it even, but it's kind of, there you go. 4 and 5. Okay. Then there's 7 baseball cards. So I'm just going to try to do little X's. 1, 2, 3, let me see, 4, 5, 6. Now I know 7. That's because these are scattered. So let's see. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57. Let's see how we did, if that is correct. All right. Okay, let's take a look now at our problem solving hot problem. Morgan wrote this sentence. Tell why Morgan is wrong, make it right. Morgan wrote 3 tens and 6 more equals 16. Okay. Oh, I hear some of you already. No, that's not it. All right. So let's do this again. So we're going to put 3 tens and 6 more is, that's right, 36. Good job. All right, boys and girls. So another great job in math today, and I'll see you later in groups. Bye-bye. Good work today.